Hey, so in this video I'm going to show you 10 exercises that will help you develop your Fonji. These exercises will help you increase strength, improve your technique and overall performance. Make sure before you start these exercises your shoulders, core and hips are warm. Feel free to check out my previous videos. I have lots of exercises for a proper warm-up. So I will show a few exercises that I like to do before I start my shoulder mounts. So in the next one, make sure your back is into the floor. Don't lift your lower back from the floor. Tuck in your pelvis and hold it strong. Okay, now we are ready to start for our Fonji conditioning. First exercise is going to be in your shoulder mount. Straddle legs, pulse up. Try to keep your core parallel to the ground. So in this exercise, make sure you feel you're working with your abs also. Keep your core tight and engaged. Next exercise, we're going to go into our shoulder mount and we're going to walk down one by one. Keep your core parallel to the ground. So here we are doing also a pulse, and when we are pulsing up, we are switching our hand. And that will help you walk down safely and in a controlled way. It's really important that you are not just sliding down, but you are regripping every time when you do the pulse up. Next exercise, which we will try to go up. Now here it's easier when you tuck your knees and when you push with your knees up. And that is the moment where you have to regrip your arms a bit higher each time. So please don't skip this exercise. It's really important that you do this too. Yes, the walking down was much easier. So let's move on. Next exercise is going to be jumping on and jumping off the pole from into our shoulder mount position, from our shoulder mount position. So how to do this properly? Start closer to the pole. It's going to be easier for you to understand how far you have to jump. You don't start with your legs straight. You start knees bent. And this is position where you jump off. And you go a bit deeper in your squat position. So, kind of close. I know where the pole is. I can see it here. Go into your knees. And pulse, 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 jump. For the jump off is also important. Go deeper in your squat position. The deeper you go, the safer it's going to be for your ankles, for your knees, and for your back. So let's try this one more time. So I go into my knees, jump, pulse, and squat. Do a couple of these. Try not to skip this exercise also, it will help you improve your dynamics. If you're not sure if you're doing this right, film yourself and check out your technique. Anytime, if you jump off, your back goes like this, or your knees goes like this, or like this. Yes, that's wrong. Open up your knees, go into your hips. Do a proper squat, go deep, and try to make it quietly, softly. Land softly on your feet. Especially if you're doing this barefoot as I am, be gentle to your feet, okay? Squat, pulse, and squat deep, and up. Okay. And the last exercise for our shoulder mount conditioning is going to be shoulder mount flag. It's okay if you're not capable to do the shoulder mount flag. Here you can also use the resistance band. First I'm going to show you how it looks without the band. With or without the band, try to hold this position as long as you can. Try to do more than one round for each shoulder. So we're moving on to our Chinese grip. If you want to make this harder for yourself, you can straighten the lower arm. If you do this as I do, make sure your elbow is not on your ribs, but it's on your abs here. Abs, not on your ribs, on your abs. And of course, engage your core. Do this as much as you can both sides. Straighten your legs and point your toes. So we're going to continue with the resistance band. Resistance band will help you increase strength and improve your technique if you want to lift your legs without the support. You have to start somewhere, so the band is a great way to do it. So for conditioning exercises, you don't have to lift your feet up to the ceiling. You can lift yourself up till you're parallel to the ground, hold there if you can, and then lower them down with control. I like to put the resistance band into my knee. Here, it feels more comfortable this way. You can switch, you can go to the ankle or you can put it in your thigh. Really important, try to do this with control. Slowly lifting up, slowly lowering down. Next exercise is going to be a shoulder mount flip. This will help you develop dynamics when you're going from your shoulder mount to your Chinese grip. You can start when you're a bit away from the pole and you start with a step and swing like this. You can do it closer to your pole and you're going to work more with your jump and with your arms. Here it's really important that you go high. Try not to go through your side, try to go up and then down. If this is too hard, you can try to tuck your knees and it will make it a little bit easier. Check this out one more time in slow motion. So you should be ending up in this grip, in claw grip. If you end up in this grip, you're doing everything right. So the next step is to switch your hands. You start with your shoulder mount position, and then when your butt is up, you are switching your hands here in your Chinese grip. Usually, the lower arm gets stuck, so you have to think about your lower arm also. Mostly, everyone is switching the upper one and the lower one stays somewhere stuck in this position. So don't forget about your lower arm. At first, try to do it, just do the shoulder mount flip and then switch your arms quickly when your feet are on the ground. That is done. We are trying to do this with the resistance band. Take the band, put it in your knee, and try to achieve the hand switch. So don't forget, when you are going to your shoulder mount position, either way you are doing with a flip or you're doing it from the spot, you have to do the pulse up. With the band, if you do the pulsing up thingy, you will have the time to switch your hands into a Chinese grip. If you don't do the pulse up, your hands will get stuck, especially the lower one. The band will help you a lot because it gives you more time to switch your arms. Let's try one more time. From the spot, we are going to our shoulder mount, pulse up, and switch. The most comfortable way is to put your band into your knee. So let's do this one more time in slow motion. So, and there's also another way to train your Fonji. Go from Chinese grip to your shoulder mount. In my experience, you should train it both ways, from Chinese to shoulder and the other way around. You can put the band in your thigh, so it's not going anywhere. And we're going into our Chinese grip really high. And the band is already lifting us from the floor. So, when you are doing the swing, it's important that you are turning around. And the upper arm is going in your cup. Grip. And the other one also. And one band will hold you, so you will not hit the floor. So let's try again. At the start, it's okay that you practice these exercises from the floor. So if you don't feel safe, always put the mat underneath, just in case. And when you're trying to develop shoulder Chinese, and then again shoulder, and then again Chinese grip, you have to put the band higher, and you have to go higher. So we're going to try this. These were the 10 exercises that will help you develop your Fonji. So I really hope you're going to succeed in your Fonji. These exercises help me to develop my Fonji and make it more prettier. So if you have any kind of questions, feel free to write me. Train safe. Good luck. See you next time. Bye.